A speech today delivered by President Trump, a glowing report card he gave on the state of the U.S. economy's first year in office. Speaking to workers at H&K Equipment in Pennsylvania, Trump cited the immediate effects of his historic tax cuts and what they did across America.
There has never been a better time to hire in America, to invest in America, and to believe in the American dream than right now. Americans crossed oceans, tamed the wilderness, dug out the Panama Canal, and launched a man onto the face of the moon. American hands and grit poured the concrete in our highways and forged the steel in our skyscrapers. Americans do anything, build anything, and create anything as long as we have pride in our country, confidence in our values, and respect for our great American flag. Because America doesn't belong to the Washington power brokers. It belongs to you, and I think we've taught them that.
Joining us now with a reaction from New York is former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci. Anthony, this speech was awesome. I know you've already written a piece for USA Today chronicling all these successes that Trump has had. If any other president in another party had had such a year of accomplishment, the media would be going bananas, correct?
Yeah, 70% approval rating. They'd all be cheering him. But, Laura, it's common sense and it's policy. And policy, as we know, matters. And it's great leadership from the bully pulpit. He's encouraging people that actually don't even like him, like Tim Cook, to invest in America because it makes so much common sense and it's so commercially sound. That's the reason, Laura.
And in the next segment, I'm going to talk about this group I talked to today. Big equipment distributors, heavy equipment distributors across the United States. Unbelievable stories. But you see him in those settings, Anthony, and you see him with people who are actually creating something, not people who, you know, frankly, just like me, who talk for a living, but they're actually creating something, they're concrete things. They know what it's like to make a payroll every day. And I like him in those settings. I want to see more of him with real Americans creating real opportunities for other Americans, don't you?
No question about it. And he's also benefiting from what I call the spring loading, Laura. The last administration was decidedly anti-business, so there was a hoard of cash that business leaders were saving because they were so worried about the government. As he's unleashing growth and he's reducing regulation, which I do write about in tomorrow's USA Today piece, you're going to see extraordinary growth over the next 3 or 4 quarters, and I think he's going to surprise people in the midterms.
And remember, we were talking about Apple. You said Tim Cook has said really negative things about the president. All these CEOs who abandoned Trump's business council. Remember that, Anthony? They said,
sure.
Oh, this is the end of the Trump agenda. The business council has disbanded. When push comes to shove, who's been better for Apple? Obviously, Donald Trump, not Barack Obama. But people are still trying to give Obama credit for this. I kid you not.
Yeah,
20,000 Apple jobs.
And I hear you, and that will last for a little while longer. But by the middle of next year, there'll be nobody to give credit to other than the president and his administration. But the really good news, Laura, is for the American people. Watch how consumption starts to improve now as each American, both middle-class families, lower middle-class families, have extra disposable income in their pockets. That'll set off the virtuous circle that we often talk about in the economic world.
Are you worried that the market's overheated, Anthony? I mean, everyone's like, it's going to collapse. It can't stay this high. It can't keep going up. There's going to be a correction. How bad could that be?
So over the 30 years that I've been in Wall Street, one of the big metrics that I look at is the price of the market relative to GDP. That's starting to trend a little high. We're in that like 175% zone, Laura. But the very, very good news is that you're seeing a big increase in corporate profitability and growth. And so next year's earnings will probably support current asset prices. So at these levels, I'm totally okay. We'll have to see what happens over the next couple of months if it continues to go up.
You know, and Anthony, you mentioned this, but a lot of people don't talk about it, is the repatriation of capital, profits back to the United States. Wall Street Journal did this yesterday, $2.5 trillion overseas, 311 companies. It's now starting to come back. And the Feds say they're going to get upwards of $350 billion in taxes just from that repatriation. We're not even talking about how significant that figure is. That's wild.
It's amazing, and what viewers need to know is that there's a terrific multiplier effect off of those numbers. So as that money comes back into the economy, it can be used for infrastructure, rebuilding airports, rebuilding roads, the electrical grid. There's a whole host of things that can happen now as a result of good economic policy.
Awesome. I can't wait to see your piece tomorrow, USA Today. I'm going to post it on LauraIngraham.com and beyond. Anthony, thank you so much for that analysis.